Hi everyone, I'm Christina from Proverbs 31 Homestead. Today I want to do hopefully a quick update on the last video I did, which was about turning jugs like these, either water or milk jugs, into great seed starting containers. I apologize, there's been a bit of a delay since my last video, and my 86-year-old mother died and I just, needed some time off. But I got lots of opinions about this topic, not so much on YouTube, but on other social media where people were telling me I was doing it wrong, that you had to take the lids off, etc. So I just want to clarify and tell you that I have been using this method for years and I know it works, but let me talk about why or how there might be some confusion. First, let me show you how my containers are doing. These are the containers that I did a few weeks ago in the video I showed you. And I want you to notice a couple of things. So first, I want to point out that there is lots of condensation inside, and that's exactly what we want. We want those seeds to be moist, but not real damp. Now let's look inside one. I honestly haven't looked inside them yet, so let's see if we can... Oh, can you see that? There are seedlings in there. They're kind of a dark color, so let me see if I can find some that are bright green. Ah, here we go. Can you see that? I hope you can. There are seedlings in there and they're doing fantastic. So as you can see, those seedlings are really happy. The soil is moist but not too damp, so they're not subject to, rot or disease because of dampness. And they're nice and cozy and warm, and they're just in a great growing environment. They are, like I said in the original video, in a little mini greenhouse. Now, let me explain maybe a little more thoroughly, even though it is in my winter sowing video, what my next steps would be. So in my winter sowing video, I use containers like this. This one's kind of small, but it's what I have hanging around. You see these for, say, store-bought salads, or sometimes like chicken or something you might buy in a deli, or baked goods. And I definitely have used these for seed sowing, and they work great. It just happens to be that right now, this is what I have a ton of. So as the seedlings come up, if I'm using this kind of a container, I'm gradually cutting away the top. And eventually those seedlings are just in the bottom part with no lid, okay? And then they can go directly in the garden. So when I'm using the jugs, instead of doing that, the first thing I do is once they get a little bit bigger and they have their true leaves and they don't need, or maybe they're starting to outgrow the container, I take this lid off. This gives them more air, it cools down the temperature in there, but it also means I may have to start watering a little bit more. Because with the lid on, I don't have to add water if I've done my job right. Then, as you know, if you've watched that video, these are cut here, and I use tape to hold them together. Again, it's not airtight, but it makes a good greenhouse effect. That's really what you're after with these containers. So once I've had the lid off for a little while, the next thing I would do is remove this tape and allow more air in until, again, there's no top. Then the seedlings can go directly in the garden, or if it's something like, say, tomatoes and they're ready earlier than I should be putting them out in my garden, I can just put them in a seedling pot. So I thought, why do people think this doesn't work? I've been doing this a long time. I know it works. The only thing I can think is if you're using lights for your seedlings and a heating mat, either or both, it would probably be too hot for your seedlings, and you would definitely want to leave this top off. And that means, though, that you're going to have to water those seedlings pretty frequently, probably. But if you're using winter sowing, or if it's just growing in a windowsill, especially if it's not a real warm location, this is really You do want that lid on, I promise. It's gonna work great. Now, as I said in all the videos about winter sowing, and also when we were talking about using these jugs, there comes a time when those seedlings are bigger and you're gonna wanna remove that lid and start getting the seedlings acclimated to what your garden is gonna be like. That's it. If you have any questions about this method or anything else related to homesteading, please leave a comment. And as always, if you like and share, that's really helpful to me as well. Have a great day. Bye.